For most of the world, Tennessee is defined by the neon lights of Nashville, the strumming of country music, and Dolly Parton's welcoming smile. It's an image built on public performance and Southern hospitality. Directly beneath that surface, the ground is literally hollow. The state contains over 9,200 documented caves, the tallest underground waterfall in the country, and the nation's largest subterranean lake. The isolation continues at the highest elevations. Roughly 200 miles of the Appalachian Trail hugs a rugged, high-altitude border, cutting through wilderness that remains difficult to access even today. This physical seclusion creates an environment for eerie folklore to take root. In 1817, a farming family in Robertson County reported a series of violent, unseen attacks that became the legend of the Bell Witch, a haunting so famous it still draws hundreds of visitors to the original farmstead. These deep caverns and jagged borders established a geography of concealment long before the first secret labs were ever built. In the fall of 1942, the federal government utilized this natural isolation. They quietly purchased nearly 100 square miles of rural valleys in East Tennessee for the administrative headquarters of the Manhattan Project. Within months, they erected a city from scratch. Rows of uniform housing were built directly into the hillsides to accommodate 75,000 residents, turning a quiet farming region into one of the most populous locations in the state. Residents lived under intense propaganda designed to ensure total silence. Billboards featuring "Hear no evil, see no evil" monkeys served as a constant reminder that most people working inside the facility had no idea what they were actually producing. The massive physical scale of the operation centered on uranium enrichment. Plants like K-25 operated as sprawling industrial complexes hidden in plain sight within the Tennessee ridges. Inside the X-10 graphite reactor, workers managed a massive dotted grid wall to produce the world's first plutonium. By 1945, they had generated 326 grams of the material, which was quietly shipped to Los Angeles for the final weapon. The state's rural terrain provided the essential cover for the U.S. government to develop the atomic age in total silence. Secrecy was also a survival tool for Tennessee's outlaws. When the state enacted Prohibition in 1909, residents moved their operations into the backwoods, using rustic stills to illegally produce bootleg whiskey. Lem Motlow, who inherited the Jack Daniel Distillery, found a way to bypass the ban by exploiting a loophole that permitted whiskey production strictly for medicinal purposes. To keep the distillery's infrastructure intact during the dry years, Motlow sold mules and operated a hardware store in Lynchburg, using the profits to maintain the dormant facility. He eventually took a seat in the Tennessee State Senate, where he successfully pushed for the legislation that finally ended the state's prohibition on distilling. Motlow's career established a precedent for navigating federal and state mandates through legislative maneuvering and local ingenuity. This legacy continues with Representative Tim Burchett. He built his own skateboards out of bamboo and gained national attention for sponsoring a bill to legalize roadkill consumption. Burchett has focused his current congressional career on a specific, singular goal: forcing the U.S. government to declassify its records regarding UFOs. He frequently claims that the government has recovered extraterrestrial craft and that this technology is currently being reverse-engineered in secret programs. His theories go further, suggesting that the government is also aware of secret underwater alien bases operating globally. In a state built on classified labs and hidden frontiers, a congressman dedicated to uncovering secret intelligence is a logical development. This culture of hidden origins is everywhere. Mountain Dew was invented in Knoxville in the 1930s, originally intended as a mixer to help the local whiskey go down. In 1897, a Tennessee dentist co-invented machine-made cotton candy, ironically creating one of the most sugary treats in history. By 1917, Chattanooga followed suit with the moon pie, another iconic Southern invention. The state's history is a map of extremes: 2,000-mile trails, atomic cities, bootleg empires, and modern crusades for alien disclosure. Tennessee remains defined by the things it keeps out of the public eye: an independent, secretive frontier that continues to operate from the shadows.